Awesome. That's great. Okay, well, let's get rocking. Let's get rolling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to open up tonight's content. Then we're going to have Natasha go right after me, and then we're going to have Keith, and then we're going to have Patrick with his economic update. So that's the agenda for tonight. Let me share my screen here, because I'm going to start with a new segment we're featuring tonight called the DI Vault in the Trenches Market Update. What I mean by that is, number one, we've been telling you for some time that DI Vault, our artificially intelligent platform that is going to help you transact in a huge way. I'm going to show you actual examples tonight. It's coming to Alberta, and we wanted to launch it by the end of 2023. We have done that. There's one more piece to the puzzle missing for us to be fully launched, but the platform is available now. And I'm showing you, this is a live image of the platform right here. Like, this is live online. I'm logged in on my profile, and you can see here I'm featuring Edmonton. I could show you Calgary. I could show you Red Deer. I could show you the various Alberta markets. I'm just showing Edmonton because Patrick and I were talking about Edmonton earlier. And as you go through this, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight I don't have enough time to do like a DI Vault demo. That's not the intention of tonight. But what we want you to know is that we have been working feverishly to launch DI Vault Alberta. It is getting there, and it's really cool because the layers are starting to work. So you can see the cash flow zones. You could now compare the cash flow zone of Edmonton versus Calgary versus Red Deer versus Lethbridge, whatever the case may be. You can see the price changes. Have prices been going up in the last 30 days? Have been going down in the last 30 days? Have been neutral in the last 30 days? What's been happening? You could even see rent changes. Have rents been going up in the last 30 days? Have been neutral, decreasing? In Edmonton, for example, in the last 30 days, rents on average are going down. So interesting. How is that compared to Calgary? Well, let's zoom out. Let's come on down to Calgary. And as we go through the filters and we zoom in at Calgary, looks like rents in Calgary have also been going down in the last 30 days. What's the cash flow zone of Calgary? Oh, it's looking pretty good in Calgary right now. What's the upside rent potential? That's a really fascinating statistic. I'm going to share that one with you because I think it's so relevant. So what happens with rents, as everybody knows, because you're all real estate investors in some way, shape, or form, is as we push rents, so rents go up, and then they get to a point where they just can't keep going up. They have to stabilize. Well, they don't stabilize by staying completely flat. They often pull back a little bit, and then they level off, and then they go up again, perhaps, right? So what is the upside rent potential? What we're asking is, statistically, where are you on the rent curve? On the rent bell curve? Are you at the beginning where there's a lot of upside to come? Are you in the middle where it's neutral, or are you at the top of the rent curve where in the future rents will pull back? Well, that's really cool because the upside rent potential tells you where you are. So in Calgary, for example, the upside rent potential is strong, which means you're at the beginning of your rent curve, which means that as you go forward in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, rents will most likely accelerate. That's what the statistics are showing us. Compare that and contrast that, for example, to Edmonton. As you look at the upside rent potential, Edmonton's neutral. So Edmonton's already pushed their rents and they're neutral. So you're going to get flatter rent growth in the next little while, the next 1, 2, 3 months in Edmonton compared to Calgary. So look at I'm not doing a full demo here tonight, folks, but what I wanted to show you as just the introduction to the DI Vault market update and this in the trench segment is how to use the platform a little bit, and the fact that it's coming to Alberta as we promised. So really cool stuff. You could see what's been happening with the rents. In this case, they've been going down. They've also been going down in Calgary a little bit. You'll see that in Patrick's statistics. What's going on with property demand? Are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? Are we in a balanced market? Again, you could see this. And I believe, let me just scroll down and check out Calgary. But you are in a buyer's market on both sides. Yeah, both Calgary and Edmonton are both in a buyer's market. So really, really cool. And the other thing I want to just show you, let me just zoom out here a little bit. Check this out. So right now on my screen, right now on my screen, 6,190 properties are being analyzed by the artificial intelligence and the machine learning. And we are crunching the data on every single one of those properties in real time. And we're serving up opportunities that are cash flow positive. We're telling you what's cash flow negative. And the artificial intelligence is actually analyzing these properties in real time and telling you and guiding you essentially on what the possibilities are. So pretty cool. That's kind of all the time I got for that. Patrick, did I miss anything that you wanted to cover? This is really, really cool stuff in terms of what's happening with the DI Vault. And this is just a preview because we've been fully operational in Ontario for some time now. It has been going incredibly well in terms of the deals we're serving up. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And this is coming to Alberta. So I'll leave it there for now, Patrick. If you have anything else, Patrick, you just jump in, but you're on mute. That's where
I think you said it all. The only thing I'm just going to hit it home. These are going to be great tools. Our focus is to, really make it, I don't want to say make it easy, but give you more opportunity to get deals, see deals, and then ultimately get deals done. So we'll keep moving that ball forward and keep embracing the technology.
So what I thought we would do tonight, folks, is because the market is so grindy, that's how I would define this market. It's a grind. You talk anybody in real estate right now, and they're working their chomps to make deals work, to get things done. It's definitely a grind. And I want to show you some real deals that are happening and kind of the work you got to do in order to get deals done. Now, by the way, these are epic deals. These are amazing opportunities, but it takes work. The question is okay, JG, how do you find these deals? Where do you get these deals? And the answer is we launched the service a while back. This is just before the holidays, and you may have missed it. It's free for REIN members. I'll say it again. It's free for REIN members, and it's called the DI Vault Investors Concierge. DI Vault Investors Concierge. And what this does is the artificial intelligence, as it's continually analyzing I just showed you that it's currently right now in Alberta, just on my screen was analyzing 6,190 properties in real time. So this provides incredible AI-driven insights. You get exclusive access to some pocket listings. There's assignment deals that are possible. There's some personalized selections also available to you. This is all with the intention of getting deals done. This is all with the intention of being able to using technology and tools to comb the market so that you can find the nuggets, so you can find a needle in a haystack. And I just want to give you some statistics. In order to find these kinds of deals, I'm going to show you deals that I'm currently working on. You're looking at 500 plus properties that are analyzed. Imagine you having to go visit 500 properties. I mean, forget it. It's not even possible, right? I mean, you're not going to visit 500 properties, but that's the kind of 500 deals are analyzed. 100 offers are submitted. Yes, you read that right. 100 offers are submitted. And from there, typically, roughly 7 of them engage. Out of those 7, you are negotiating with 4, and you end up with 1 home run golden nugget. So those are the ratios. 500 analyzed, 100 offers, 7 engaged, 4 negotiations, and 1 golden nugget. So that's an idea there, the ratio. And the reason I'm showing you this, so you could see how much this technology can work for you. So you can see how valuable technology can be when it's working for you, not against you. And David Maxwell, thank you for putting that link in the chat. I appreciate it. So if you want to check out DI Vault and the Investors Concierge, it's free for REIN members. There's the link right there. You can get signed up. You got to fill out a profile, but other than that, you're free and you're all good to go. So let me show you a couple of deals. I thought I would show you some in the trenches market opportunities. I want to tell you how these things got served up, but I want to show you a couple of deals that are happening right here, right now. And it is awesome. And this is so fascinating, the kind of work you got to do. And I want to kind of show you a lot of the different nuances of real estate right now. But here's an opportunity. Now, this one happens to be in my neck of the woods. This is in Peterborough here. This is a property called Cartier Boulevard. And incredible location within Peterborough. And most of you probably don't know Peterborough, but it's right essentially neighboring the river, as you can see here. It's backing onto a park, and it is an absolute perfect piece of property. It's, I believe the lot size is like 70 wide or 63, I think, wide, if I remember right. I got a lot of properties in my brain, so I don't keep it all straight, but I think it's 63 wide, and it's almost 180 feet deep. It's a very, very big lot. It's absolutely fantastic. And the best part is it's backing onto a beautiful park. So you're never going to have a rear neighbor. You're not in a subdivision. You have a beautiful park, and it's just off main access right by the water. And look at all that green space around you. It's absolutely stunning. So I want to show you the kind of deals that the Investor Concierge can serve up for you. And I want to also show you what you can do with them. This applies anywhere across the country. I'm just showing you deals that are showing up in Peterborough and some of the deals I'm actually working on, but check this out. So first and foremost, this property right now, bought this for $525,000. This property right now, as of today, I just got a market assessment done on it today. It is $100,000 under value. But we bought this thing for $100,000 under market value, which is fantastic. So right away, you got 100 grand of equity kind of built into this thing, which is great. It's a single family home right now. Once you duplex it, if you were to do a duplex conversion on it, which is what we're going to end up doing. Once we do that, the ARV on it, the after repair value, is going to be $850,000. I'll show you what we're going to do to get that. And then once you add the coach home to it, and this is where things get really interesting. I'm going to share with you some numbers after. Once you do the coach home, you're looking at $1 million plus valuation on this property, 32% ROI per year over the first 5 years. It only gets better after that. And the cash flow on a monthly basis is somewhere between $1,250 to $1,700 as the rates come down. As the rates go from where they are now, 7.5% to 6.5% to 5.5%, the cash flow just goes up and up and up. And it is an absolute stellar home run, incredible deal. So here's the site plan for this. So this is interesting. Now, here's where I want to get teaching a little bit on the opportunities in real estate right now. So essentially, I don't care where you are in the country, ladies and gentlemen, if you're buying real estate, you have got to be thinking coach homes. You have got to be thinking coach homes, and you should, every piece of real estate you buy, you should be thinking in the future, whether it's you or whether it's someone that you're going to sell it to, because you may not build a coach home on it, but somebody that you sell it to might want to build a coach home on it. So you need to ask yourself, where am I putting the coach home, right? You may not want to do it, but somebody might. So you've got to make sure you get property that is big enough. So as you can see here, this one is 16 meters wide. And how many? 43 meters deep. What's that? So about 140 deep. I don't know if I can times three and a bit. So you can see there as you come in, there's 2 parking spaces up front. There's a carport. There's the existing dwelling, which we're going to turn into a duplex. I'll show you the plans. And then we're going to do 2 parking at the rear. And then we're going to do the proposed accessory dwelling unit at the rear. And you can see it there on the site plan. Now, what's the size of this accessory dwelling unit? Well, first and foremost, you've got to tap into your local municipal bylaws to find out how big you can build these coach homes. Where I operate in Peterborough, you can do, and here's the rule. And by the way, a lot of municipalities are starting to go down this road where what they're doing is they're saying you can build up to 10% of the size of your land. So let's just say your land is 7,000 square feet, right? Let's just say you're 70 wide by 100 deep. That's 7,000 square feet. You can build up to 700 square foot footprint. So in this particular case, we're building this, and that's what we do. We max out every single time we can. But as you build this coach home, I'll show you the plans. It's pretty incredible what you can do with this size of footprint. So if you had a 10,000 foot lot, then you would essentially be able to build 1,000 square foot coach home, as in my neck of the woods, as long as it's not bigger than the existing dwelling. Okay, that's the current rules that we play by in Peterborough. That's the rules. You have certain setbacks you have to meet: side yard setback, rear yard setback, and setbacks from the current dwelling. And you have parking requirements, but that's essentially the rules you have to meet. They're very, very favorable, and it's working quite well in terms of being able to squeeze these on property. So my first kind of tip and word of advice is, when you buy a piece of property, first thing I do is I look at the width, I look at the length, and I say, okay, this property size is, call it 8,500 square feet. Immediately my brain goes to, that means I could build an 850 square foot coach home on here. Where am I going to put it? Does it fit within the landscape? What's in the backyard? What's it going to look onto? These are all questions you have to start asking yourselves. And I got to tell you, folks, back in the day, we didn't have to ask ourselves these questions. So these are new questions that, as an investor, you need to ask yourself. Second, let's get into this. So the current house is a single family home. And by the way, feel free to jump in with questions. I'm happy to answer questions as I go. Right now, this is a classic raised bungalow with a side entrance. So you have a front entrance and then you have a side entrance. So the front entrance is going to be the entrance to the main floor. And you see that blue border right there on the drawings? We're going to do a fire separation right there, so that upstairs is fire separated from downstairs. And essentially, we're going to add a washer and dryer right there, as you can see in the kitchen. We're not doing anything else to this kitchen. We're not doing anything else to this upper floor. We're putting a coat of paint, we're adding a washer and dryer, and we're separating the HVAC. We're adding heat pumps upstairs so that we can separate the HVAC. That's all we're doing. So we have a very, very easy program for the upstairs. Very little's going into the upstairs. Now the downstairs is a little bit more involved, because we're doing a full build out. Right now, it's essentially a shell. It has nothing down there. So we are going to be doing a full build out. As you come down the stairs, you're going to walk into this beautiful kitchen, living, dining area. You're going to have 2 bedrooms and that utility room, which looks, and I know some of you have already noticed it, you're like, that's a big utility room, JG. Why is that utility room so big? Well, I agree with you. It's too big. We're going to be changing that utility room into a den. And the reason we do a den is because in Peterborough, there's a bylaw that says you cannot have more than 2 bedrooms in a basement apartment. So you can't do, now, again, Calgary's going to have different rules. Edmonton's going to have different rules. Red Deer's going to have different rules. You know, here, and I'm just telling you the rules I play by in Peterborough here, but you can't do 3 bedrooms in Peterborough. So we always do 2 plus den. Very smart. 2 plus den, not very. 2 plus den has no rent difference than a 3 bedroom, but to the city, it's all good, right? So just keep that in mind. A couple questions are showing up. JG, do you manage the buildings yourself, or do you work with builders? Kelly, I do all the projects myself. Visture Property Group, that's what we do. So we do not only the property management once the building's done, but we do the full construction as well. So we do all the renovations. We have, you know, a project management team on staff, and that answers your question as well, Carlton, is who creates these drawings. We have a BCIN designer that's on our team that does all of our drawings. So this is so that's what we're going to do with the basement. So this is going to create a duplex, and you're going to turn the single family home into something that is just on its own, without a coach home, is already a pretty kick-ass investment if you were not going to do anything. If you were just going to buy this and just duplex it, you would turn this $525,000 purchase into an $850,000 plus, because it could appraise for more than that. That's a very conservative ARV after repair value, and it would generate in the range of $4,400 to $4,600 per month in rents. So very, very good. Now the coach home, and this is a good floor plate. If any of you are doing coach homes, these are good floor plates. This is a 660 square feet roughly, if I remember right, coach home. You walk in, you can see the main entrance there at the bottom right of your screen. That's the main entrance. You walk right into the kitchen, living, dining area. And then as you go through there, on the right-hand side, you have a small utility closet. And on the left, you have your big bathroom. It's a very generous bathroom. And then you have 2 primary bedrooms. Anything north of 650 square feet, roughly, you can do a two-bedroom in there. A two-bedroom is very comfortable if you're 650 to 800 square feet. If you get into the 850 to 1,000 square feet, you can do three bedrooms in there. But here's a warning. I know a lot of people, they like to cram bedrooms and they say, oh, there's only 675 square feet, but let's do three bedrooms in there. Three small bedrooms will not necessarily get you more rent than two nice bedrooms. And you got to keep in mind your tenant profile when you're building these properties. You got to ask yourself, who's going to rent these? Are you going after single moms with kids? Are you going after working professionals? Are you going after retired people that want single floor living and that want a beautiful cottage style life? What is the tenant profile you're going for? What neighborhood are you in? All of that drives the decisions of what we put in these coach homes. But all of our we have one bedroom coach homes, two bedroom coach homes, and three bedroom coach homes. So it just depends on tenant profile. We don't always do the same thing. We let the market dictate what we do, and that's really important. So this is a really, really cool, this is an epic, I mean, absolutely epic property. Actually, I'm doing this property, this one, Cartier. I'm doing this one with a fellow Rain member, Colleen. I think she's on this call. And yeah, so if you want to know more about this property, if you're interested in something like this, reach out to Colleen. She's in the middle of doing this right now. So if you're interested, and if you're, who knows, maybe you can even partner with us on this one. Reach out to Colleen. She's in the chat. Find her in the chat and send her a message. But this is the kind of property this is the kind of stuff that shows up when you analyze 500 properties, you send out 100 offers, and you end up down to one real nugget. I'll share one more, and I'll try to make this one quick because we got to move on to other speakers. But here's another nugget that came up. This property is called Armor. Check this out. You'll love this. This is a school, a former school that was built in 1859. 1859. Unbelievable. This is actually, I found out after we bought this, that this was the original building as the city of Peterborough was being founded. This was the first schoolhouse. Absolutely incredible. And we ended up buying this. This is the front of the building. And look at this lot. Look at the nice, beautiful slope lot here. Huge. Like I said, you essentially, you're downtown, but you feel like you're in a forest. It's absolutely stunning. Triple brick building, incredible bones on this building. Look at the side yard. Oh, it's unbelievable what we're going to do with this thing. But look at the inside. You guys are going to laugh at this. Check this out. Look at this. Anybody want those red carpets? What about the pink tub? Who wants the pink tub? We're auctioning off the pink tub as we speak. I'm just kidding. But so this thing was a complete gut job, right? So we got in there. By the way, we just took possession of this. We just took possession of this property here. We started work on this only less than 3 weeks ago, and I'll show you the progress in a second. We got in there. First thing we did, we started gutting the place. We started doing demo. We found 2 feet of ceiling. We had 8-foot ceilings. We started doing the demo. Like, holy shit, look at that. There was actually a false ceiling that was built. There was actually 2 feet of room, so that the ceilings now on the top floor are actually 10 feet, which is really cool. So as we demoed this thing, we found the original chalkboard. When it was built in 1859, there was still stuff on there from the kids that studied at this school. It's pretty wild. And look at this. This is the original building, back to its original bones, back to its glory when we were doing the demo. And now we've rebuilt it, and I'll share you a little video here in a second. But check this out. So it's essentially all reframed. It's all been studied. It's got plumbing's done, HVAC is mostly done, electrical is just about all done, and we've only been at this for 3 weeks. The whole project will be done and rented in March, which is really cool. Check out this this tour I just did the other day. One second. How do I play this? There you go.
Hey, Glenn. So welcome to the show, bud. So here's the space. This is, you would see here. So you come in, main space right here, main entrance. This is going to be all kitchen. It's going to be a nice peninsula coming out here. That's going to be all living space where Jay is right now. That, you were asking about that the other day. This is a den. That there is going to be an electric fireplace that we're building in, and that's where the TV is going to go. So we put some extra blocking. And so you're going to come in. This is you're going to have a stackable washer dryer, pocket door here, and then a nice desk area here for a den. This is going to be second bedroom here. Come in. Nice big window, nice closet. So second bedroom. Between the two bedrooms is the bathroom right here. And then this is the primary bedroom right here. Two big, beautiful windows here. And actually very, very sizable bedroom, primary, nice big closet here. And this is on the back side of the kitchen. So yeah, pretty cool. Really, really nice. Very much coming along. 10-foot ceilings. Look at those beauties. Beautiful. And yeah, so that's going to be all kitchen here, peninsula here. If someone wants a dining table, they'll put it there. Otherwise, it'll just be a nice big kitchen. So that's the space, bud.
So check this out, folks. We bought this for $385,000, which is an epic price to pay. After we get it done and converted, the ARV is 700 plus. Again, duplexes in Peterborough appraised for somewhere between 700 and up. I just had one appraised last week. Yeah, last week for 920,000. So if they're generating the revenue, you can get some exceptionally good appraisals on duplexes in Peterborough. Once you add the coach home, you're definitely north of $1 million. The bottom line to these kinds of things is, again, if you use the technology, use the tools, you end up with great deals. But this is actually the message I'm trying to send to you guys, which is this. Imagine, this is the work. Like, there's a ton of work that goes into this, folks. I mean, it's an incredible amount of work, and it's been a ton of heavy lifting to get these deals done. You got to do private lending, and then you have to do bridge financing, and then you have to get an exit. And Keith knows, I mean, he'll tell you the realities of mortgage financing right now. It's not easy. I mean, it's a lot of work, especially deals like that require a lot of renovation. It's a lot of work, and there's a lot of back and forth, and you need an absolute rock star on your team like Keith in order to get deals done like that. But these kinds of deals right now, they make sense and they cash flow at today's rates. Imagine when interest rates come down, and they will come down. They will come down. Imagine what's going to happen when rates come down. Imagine what's going to happen when the properties start to appreciate again. That's the bottom line in this presentation. What I'm trying to send you is, when you do the work and you have the tools and you have the technology and you put in the work, the backside of it is going to be absolutely incredible. And I want to leave you with this last image that I used artificial intelligence to help me create. And that is, if you're a surfer and you want to ride that wave, you have to swim to that wave. Like, you have got to get through the riptides. You have got to get through the other waves. You have to dive under the wave and swim out so that you can catch that awesome wave. There's a wave of opportunities coming in real estate, and that you're going to be absolutely blown away by. But you got to do the work today, Patrick. And that's why I want to just commend everybody by showing up today and by being here, because it's in this market where you need this community, B, you must do the work, C, you absolutely need trusted partners like Natasha and Keith and the amazing BDO. I was on the phone with BDO today trying to figure out how all these deals are going to work. I mean, it's incredible the amount of work going into it, but the backside of it is definitely going to be worth it, Patrick. And hopefully this presentation has helped a few people move things forward.
I always look at certain things. So thanks for that, JG. And, round of applause for JG. Thanks for doing that, buddy. It is, almost your